Now, Revelation 19 tells us the next time Israel is to see the king, he's going to be riding in great power and glory. Revelation 19. And it was because of the rejection and the judgment of Jesus. This is the reason that Jesus wept over the city. He weeps over those that do not recognize God in him. Does he weep over you? Now, don't ever refuse to accept the saving grace of God through Jesus Christ, his Son. Let's look at those acts of judgment here in verses 12 through 22. Matthew chapter 21. Jesus performed 2 acts of judgment when he's cleansing that temple. He cleanses the temple and he curses the fig tree. Both of these acts were contrary to his usual manner of ministry. He didn't come to earth to judge. He came to earth to save. John 3:17. Now, the temple was a den of thieves, symbolized by the fig tree, and was without fruit. Inward corruption and outward fruitlessness were evidence of their hypocrisy. Now we're going to get deeper into the fig tree explanation. That's one that baffled me for so long in just a moment. But first, let's look at this business of money changing that was going on in the temple. When Jesus saw it, he was infuriated and he was consumed. It consumed his soul and it made his blood boil. So what had been a convenience for the visitors from other lands turned into a lucrative religious business. And as I mentioned there, every Jew paid the temple tax. Many of the pilgrims didn't have the correct currency, and those exchangers not only used the temple premises for commercial enterprise, they exploited the poor. And that said, it was an abuse of the poor within the very precincts of the temple. And the second abuse was even worse, selling the doves. God had ordained that if a person were too poor to bring the usual sacrifice of a lamb, he could instead bring doves. Now, let's move on and take a look at the the cursed fig tree.